Condado de Montgomery, Lorna Virgilí.
Así es, queridos amigos, bienvenidos una vez más acá a casa. Montgomery al Día, su programa oficial del gobierno del condado de Montgomery, galardonado a nivel nacional. Y ya por más de 11 años, pues acá en esta emisora, todos los martes a las 2 de la tarde, su presentadora y portavoz hispana de este condado, Lorna Virgilí. Muchísimas gracias por esa sintonía y le recordamos que estamos en vivo y en directo por la página de Facebook nuestra del Condado en Español, Montgomery County en Español. Búsquenos ahorita mismo en Facebook y ahí no solamente nos puede escuchar, también nos puede ver. Por supuesto que si está conduciendo, no haga eso. Sigue escuchando por acá, por la emisora, por Radio América. Y bueno, hoy tenemos con nosotros de invitado al director de nuestro departamento de servicios de permisos, a Rabia Sabacán. Good afternoon, Director. How are you?
Hola, I'm doing well.
Uy, long time no see, but welcome back. I dropped my pen, so I'm looking for it. Can't find it. All righty then.
Hello.
How you doing? Great to see you.
I'm doing well. I'm doing well. It's been 7 months, well, maybe 8 months since February, basically, and we're accomplishing quite a bit, and looking forward to the many accomplishments ahead. As I stated previously, you know, we're really trying to be the most inclusive permitting department we can be, and that really means connecting. You know, the county we all know is a very diverse county. That's the beauty of it. And we're trying to make sure that we do our part to make sure that we connect to our partners, you know, in all sectors.
Let me go ahead and translate that. Pues le preguntaba desde el mes de febrero que estuvo con nosotros en el programa, han pasado unos meses, han progresado muchísimo en el Departamento de Servicios de Permiso y se trata de conectar con nuestra comunidad diversa en todas sus esquinas en el condado de Montgomery. So with that being said, I kind of summarize what you just said. What's new at DPS?
Well, there's a lot of things. Let me start off with one of the first important things that I worked on is just establishing a vision for the department. You know, at any organization, you have to have a vision. You have to know where you're going. How can you make improvements if you don't know?
Let me translate that. ¿Qué hay de nuevo en el departamento? Bueno, para comenzar, el director Sabacán, pues es prácticamente nuevo en este departamento y lo más importante para él ha sido crear una nueva visión. Summarize that vision for us.
So, in a nutshell, you know, it's a shared vision. We want DPS to be reflective of the county. Montgomery County is a world-class county, so we want our permitting department to be reflective of that. And
para comenzar, una visión más amplia de lo que es la biodiversidad de nuestro condado de Montgomery. Go ahead.
Yeah, excellent customer service, excellent outreach and engagement, you know, professionalism, all of those things that encompass world-class. We want that to, you know, to be embodied in our work as a department. So that's the vision that we have established at DPS.
Pues la visión para el departamento de permisos del condado de Montgomery pues tiene que ver con una visión un poquito más global, servicio al cliente. Number one priority. Customer service.
It's up there in terms of, we also created a core values. Like any organization, you want to establish, you know, what is important to you? What makes up, you know, that organization in terms of your guiding principles, your core values? And we basically have said, come up with, you know, a list of very important core values, such as professionalism, accountability, empathy, responsiveness. You know, these are things that are very important, and you can find all that on our website. But it was important for people to know what we represent in terms of our core values.
Nuestros valores en común, ¿cuáles son los más importantes? Pues lo que es responder a las necesidades de nuestros residentes, la empatía y también tener cierto nivel de contabilidad en cuanto a lo que vamos produciendo. I was a little distracted there looking for my pen. Because what happens is,
you found it.
when I'm translating, you know, my brain is not as fast as it used to be. So you're talking and I'm taking little notes so that I remember and I translate. And you know what? I just realized right now that I cannot do it without my pen.
I understand.
Dependent on that. Anyways, well, thank you. Pardon that initial distraction here because I dropped my pen. So DPS, a whole lot going on. Let's talk a little bit about that residential fast track that is now available online for selected projects, such as fences and, you know, the decks for single family homes. So what is it new that you're fast tracking these permits? I mean, at the end of the day, it's about when we want to remodel or whether you're a contractor or, you know, property owner, what have you, we want those permits ASAP to get the work going. So
absolutely,
what are you doing in that?
Absolutely, all we're doing is what's necessary, what needs to be done. If you think about it, smaller scope residential projects, you know, are commonplace. Everybody does it. You know, every homeowner, even tenants, you know, they're going to have small projects that they want to get to quickly. And the challenge is those small projects, from a permitting standpoint, should not get caught up with the bigger projects. So in the queue or the order of review and approval, you know, we want, like you said, we want those to be same day or nearly next day on those decks, on those fences, and things that, you know, for many people, they come in, they get those issued the same day. And so that's really what we're trying to accomplish, to get, you know, our owners, our contractors, and able to start on that as quickly as possible, because it's not too involved from a permitting review standpoint.
Let me go ahead and translate that. Le preguntaba, ¿no? Porque ahora hay un sistema que se llama Residential Fast Track. Es un programa que ha existido, pero el enfoque en particular es, pues, expeditar lo que son los permisos de aquellos proyectos que son más pequeños a nivel residencial, para que estos permisos de proyectos que no son tan grandes, pues no queden entrelazados con precisamente los proyectos más grandes. Entonces estamos hablando de que en muchas ocasiones los permisos se consiguen same day, el mismo día. So what does same day mean? Does it mean that if I walk into your office at 7:30 in the morning, right there on Reedy Drive in Wheaton, asking for my permit, I'm going to walk out of there with a permit? Is that what it means?
It can. Basically what it amounts to is that we will be able to get to it by review, as opposed to the standard 30-day for residential, or 2 weeks, depending on, you know, what you're referring to. For these, appropriately, we will get to the review. Now, hopefully, it's, especially if you come in early enough, there's ample time, sufficient time to get to the approval and issuance same day. But, you know, for example, if somebody comes in 3 o'clock in the afternoon,
3 o'clock? Yeah, that's a different story.
It's, you know, a little more involved, at least we can start with the review so that it can be processed the following day.
Okay, ¿cómo funciona estos permisos en el mismo día? Digamos que usted llegue a la oficina de permisos a las 7:30 de la mañana, cuando ellos abren, localizados ahí en el downtown, en el corazón empresarial del distrito comercial de Wheaton, el nuevo edificio del gobierno que está acá en Wheaton. Usted llega a las 7:30 de la mañana para pedir permiso, ya sea para una cerca alrededor de la propiedad, reparación, construcción de una plataforma elevadiza en el trasfondo de su casa. Pues usted llega temprano, inmediatamente empieza el proceso de revisión y es posible que ese mismo día usted salga con el permiso listo para construir, hacer la remodelación que necesita con la aprobación. Claro, que si usted llega a las 3 de la tarde, la oficina cierra a las 4, pues ya se transmite a lo que es revisión, pero quizás no la aprobación on the same day, posiblemente al día siguiente. So definitely way faster than it used to be, not 30 days, right?
Yes, and we're going to be it's going to be accountable. We're going to hold ourselves accountable, and we're going to try to hit those targets, very, very efficiently, very effectively. So we're going to be, benchmarking that.
Exacto, parte de lo que están haciendo es pues tratar de evaluar la manera en que ellos están desarrollando todas estas operaciones y pues estas metas de poder solucionar permisos relativamente fáciles para proyectos pequeños residenciales en el hogar de la manera más eficazmente posible, porque ellos en sí están tratando de automedirse el departamento los procedimientos en cuanto a servicio al cliente. So customer service is there. Let's talk about, you have right now scheduled for December, the stakeholders forum in
Yes.
Wheaton. Is that going to be in your office?
It's going to be in our auditorium downstairs in our building. Yes. So what
I didn't
that
know you
is
have
on
an auditorium there. Okay.
Yeah, what that is basically a permitting stakeholders forum. What is that? It's essentially everybody that's tied to our process. That could be a homeowner, that could be an architect, it could be an engineer, it could be an attorney, doing land use work, a permit expediter. We have so many stakeholders. So the objective is to, share valuable information with all of our stakeholders, the new code changes, new processing, new people, new managers, let them know who we are. It's all about being transparent as a government, and showing them that you are our partners, that we are your partners. And this forum allows us to, convey all of the updates so that they can do their jobs better, contractors, designers, but also, Lorna, the big important thing with the stakeholders is not just us sharing information, but us listening. We want to hear, we have a big Q&A session. We want to hear, your feedback, get your feedback, what experience did you do so that we can get better. It's all about continuous improvement. And so next year
let me go ahead and translate that. Van a llevar a cabo, fíjense, precisamente un foro, el Departamento de Servicios de Permisos del Condado de Montgomery, un foro para que lleguen todas aquellas personas que están involucradas en términos de lo que tiene que ver con permisos en el Condado de Montgomery. Ya pueden ser residentes del condado, arquitectos, contratistas, profesionales de diseño, desarrolladores, ingenieros, abogados de uso de la tierra y también expeditores de permisos. ¿Para qué es esto? Pues para intercambiar información en términos a cómo mejorar las operaciones precisamente del departamento. Se trata de la transparencia en los programas y servicios del Departamento de Permisos y cómo mejor servir al público. Más allá de una sesión educativa, también va a ser una sesión de escuchar por parte del público las necesidades. Se va a llevar a cabo December 6th in Wheaton, in your offices, correct?
Correct.
Ok, el 6 de diciembre se van a llevar a cabo el día 6 de diciembre en las oficinas del Departamento de Permisos acá en el corazón de Wheaton, y ellos tienen un auditorio, ahí es donde se va a llevar a cabo la sesión. What time? Is that going to be in the evening?
No, that's morning.
Morning.
It will be basically 9 to noon that day. Now, here's the thing. We also will have another similar forum in the spring, and that will be more tailored to residential, for like homeowners who can't come during the daytime. We were likely to have one in the evening in the spring, but that will be focused on residential only, just so that we can answer all questions and share information related to residents.
Y tienen también planificado, esta reunión se va a llevar a cabo, pues como mencionamos, el día 6 de diciembre, desde las 9 de la mañana hasta el mediodía, va a ser 3 horas, y después se va a planificar otra para los meses de la primavera, el año próximo, en la noche quizás, para que puedan llegar pues más de nuestras personas que viven en el condado de Montgomery a participar. So, what do you hope to hear from stakeholders in the community, and what are going to be hopefully some of the action steps following this particular forum?
Well, we want to hear, it's really, we want to hear the good and the bad, what experiences. No, seriously, it's part of the learning process is taking things that did not work well and turning that into a positive. Like if a homeowner or a contractor had a bad permitting experience, yes, it's okay, as long as we are able to turn that into something positive, to take away, get that feedback and make those changes so that it doesn't happen again or it's minimized. That's the objective, to get the feedback. Even if it's something good, we know, okay, this is working. We will continue to do that. But if it's something that's not working, let's look at other ways or, more effective ways to, to get it, whether it's something faster, smarter, more efficient.
So, básicamente, esta sesión va a ser para más o menos como para evaluar por parte de aquellas personas que utilizan constantemente los servicios de la oficina de permisos, a ver qué ha sido bueno y qué es malo. Es como para aprender, averiguar un poco qué no funcionó y transformarlo de forma positiva. Si alguien tuvo una mala experiencia con el departamento, cómo ver cómo se puede minimizar para que eso no vuelva a ocurrir de nuevo y pues continuar con todo aquello que ha sido bueno y positivo. En pocas palabras, pues escuchar un poco sobre todas aquellas personas que utilizan los servicios de este departamento para hacer mejoras internas en términos de servir a la comunidad, a la población en el condado de Montgomery. Estamos conversando con Javier Sabacán, quien es el director del Departamento de Permisos del Condado de Montgomery. Para toda la información sobre el Departamento de Permisos, visite montgomerycounty.md/DPS. Ese es el sitio web nuestro del Departamento de Permisos y como todo el website nuestro del condado, usted tiene la opción de hacer el Google Translate y la información también le sale en español. Así que ahí puede tener toda la información y a la misma vez el departamento tiene sus oficinas abiertas de lunes a viernes, 7:30 de la mañana hasta las 4 de la tarde y no hace falta cita para llegar directamente al departamento. Okay, so let's talk about the survey that you have going on right now. It's all about customer satisfaction and the survey. That survey's been going on for a little bit already, hasn't it?
It has been. I think the updates is, we're trying to, as part of our inclusivity, is get things translated. So Spanish would be the first language that we translate those surveys, so that we can get the appropriate feedback from all of our community. And so that's, I guess that would be the change. It's relatively quick, but we want to know that, that is available in Spanish so that we can get the appropriate feedback, in that language.
And I'm gonna translate that and do a follow-up regarding that because I know that survey has been ongoing for a little bit.
Right.
And I want you to share with us what you've heard so far from county residents that participated in that survey. Una encuesta ahorita en cuanto a satisfacción al cliente se está llevando a cabo por parte del Departamento de Servicios de Permisos y la encuesta como parte de lo que es la inclusividad en nuestro condado, pues también está disponible en español en el sitio web del Departamento de Permisos. Esto es parte de nosotros en el condado de Montgomery, pues tratando de llegar a todas nuestras comunidades en los idiomas pertinentes y el español, pues siendo el número uno en el cual estamos traduciendo la mayor parte de la información precisamente para llegar a la población hispanoparlante. Si a usted le interesa participar en esta encuesta de satisfacción al cliente, una vez más, el sitio web montgomerycountymd.gov/DEP. Feedback, what have you heard so far?
Well,
as far as customer satisfaction.
Sure. We were just talking about this earlier today with staff. It's like, how do you measure success? And the survey is a powerful, tool, instrument to see how we do. Now, the surveys online are typically from actual, users of the department, all our stakeholders who use DPS. And so for the most part, we are exceeding expectations, with a customer satisfaction rating on average above a 4 out of 5, which is great for a permitting office. But we want to continue to do better than that. But typically what I hear, the responsiveness is there. The people have good attitudes. The employees have good attitudes. And if there's something that's not so great, they'll mention it, but they'll also mention, that, hey, I didn't, something wasn't stated, something wasn't, mentioned to me, but something wasn't done in as timely a manner, but the attitude was great. So there's typically a positive included with that if it's not all positive. But for the most part, it's very good response.
Qué bueno, me alegra, felicitaciones, muchísimo. La encuesta esta se está llevando a cabo ya hace algún tiempo y le preguntaba, ¿no?, que si tienen algunas respuestas, han ido midiendo, ¿no?, cuál ha sido la participación del público, que por lo general son personas o empresas que han tenido relación con el Departamento de Permisos, pues pidiendo algunos de los servicios. La encuesta sirve para medir el éxito que tiene el departamento. Van sobrepasando las expectativas como parte de los comentarios que han dado los participantes. De 5 estrellas tienen 4 hasta ahora. 5-star rating, you have 4, correct?
4, yes. I mean, these are actual users, so I tend to go with those more than the anecdotal stuff, people that, go off of what they hear.
Pero bueno, de todas maneras, 4 para un departamento de servicios de permisos a nivel gubernamental, pues es relativamente excelente. Claro que quieren mejorar, continuar mejorando, que han escuchado mucho que los empleados tienen buena actitud y que si han hecho algún comentario negativo, pues siempre resaltan, los participantes han resaltado algo positivo también. Lo que quiere decir que, bueno, estamos en progreso. You've been with the department for quite a bit already. Has it been a year already?
No, it's 8 months, almost 8 months.
8 months, right? So I know part of what you've done has been to implement kind of like a new vision and mission for the department, customer service at the forefront, all this good stuff. And I'm sure, you've advanced in these surveys and the forums and all of that as part of engaging the community in order to improve the quality of our services.
Correct.
So for you in particular, Director, what is your main goal? What is your main goal? By the time you retire from this post, oh my God, he was so great because he got this done. What is that?
The main goal is to make lives and businesses better, to make things a lot better for homeowners and businesses in the county through permitting. Where permitting can be an impediment or a challenge, we streamline things so that we invited businesses. We made things more business friendly. We made things easier for homeowners to want to make an improvement on their homes. And that's the imprint we want to leave, that we improve things significantly to where the experience was a pleasant one. Unlike many places you go, it's like people, I don't want to deal with permitting. But in the county, we will have made it to where the reputation is like, this is great in Montgomery County.
Pues, ¿qué sería, no?, el legado que él quisiera dejar en esta oficina? Lleva 8 meses como director de esta oficina en particular del Departamento de Permisos, pues mejorar la calidad de vida de los negocios y también de los residentes en el condado de Montgomery, mejorar que sea más fácil lo que es la relación con servicios. En términos de permisos, nunca es fácil con ninguna entidad gubernamental y lo que él quisiera es que simplemente para nosotros en el condado de Montgomery, pues sea más fácil y más rápido.
I will add also that the mission, as part of our core mission, we made Montgomery County safer. We prevent fires. We made the built environment much safer for our residents and our businesses.
Y también la seguridad, que nuestros edificios, pues obviamente, sean más seguros en términos de prevención de incendios, etcétera, precisamente para nosotros las personas en el condado de Montgomery. So let's talk a little bit about, I know a few weeks ago you were observing Septic Tank Week. Not that many septic tanks in the county, not quite sure how many Spanish-speaking or Hispanic households have septic in the county, but is there anything you'd like to highlight regarding that?
Well, yeah, that was part of Septic Awareness, Week, as a recognized nationally, and we are a county that has, I want to say significant. We have enough septic systems, mainly in the up county, in the more rural part of the county, but it's enough to make sure that we do our outreach. And the main thing really is to just understand the importance of maintaining them, for sanitary reasons, and making sure that we provide those guidance documents, this, again, going back to the Spanish translation, because I'm sure there's a significant amount of our Spanish-speaking people, utilizing those septic systems. So it's prudent for us to make sure that we do our, outreach to promote the importance of maintaining the system. We don't want them to have to put out that expense and only for a few years for them to fail. Do the necessary things to maintain them and make sure that you and your family are safe.
Let me go ahead and translate that. Hace poquito se llevó a cabo la Semana Nacional para resaltar lo que es el cuidado y mantenimiento de los tanques sépticos en algunas propiedades que, como ustedes saben, se encargan de lo que son las aguas negras en el hogar. En el condado de Montgomery hay aproximadamente unas 20,000 propiedades en la zona norte y más rural del condado que funcionan con este tipo de tanques dentro de las propiedades, y es de importancia pues el mantenimiento porque las reparaciones pueden ser muy costosas. Tenemos información en español precisamente para el uso de aquellos propietarios de estas viviendas con estos sistemas de tanques sépticos, una vez más en el sitio web montgomerycountymd.gov/DEP, que es el sitio web de nuestro departamento de permisos del condado de Montgomery. We have about 3 minutes left, actually a couple of minutes left. Time goes by rather quickly. Is there anything else you'd like to mention before we say hasta más tarde, hasta luego?
Well, I would just say again, as part of our, values, we want to make sure that we are very proactive in connecting, with our partners. And I would say, really, expect to see DPS out in the community, engaging, educating, and also learning from you all, getting to know, the community, and not just reacting to a complaint. We don't want to be that kind of department. We want to be, really proactive and really to the point where people see that we're really trying to be partners and not just, responding only to issues, complaints or just the permitting. We want to be a lot different. We want to show that we're, your true partners. So you'll see us out, in the community at the neighborhood association meetings, just saying who we are and how we're trying to help facilitate improvements within the community.
Pues parte de los valores de nuestro departamento de permisos del condado de Montgomery es ser más proactivos y menos reactivos, conectar con la comunidad. Vamos a estar viendo más a menudo al personal del departamento de permisos en la comunidad. Queremos aprender que seamos socios y vamos a estar en vecindarios colaborando con asociaciones de vecindarios, etcétera, para verdaderamente llegar a la comunidad. We have to go for one last question. And just answer very quickly. Do you have Spanish-speaking staff if I walk into your office right now?
We do.
Okay, beautiful. Thank you very much. That's all I needed to know. Thumbs up. Wonderful having you. And we'll see you again next time. Have a wonderful afternoon. Para todos ustedes.
You too. Thank you for having me.
Más información, montgomerycountymd.gov/TPS. Y sí, hay personal que habla español en las oficinas si usted entra ahorita mismo. Muy buenas tardes, hasta la semana próxima. Chao.
Chao.
Y hasta aquí su espacio,